Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Oh no. Ain't no party like a Diddy party, that's for sure. Well, apparently there's been a bunch of these parties. And a lot of folks are having maybe they're having too much fun. I don't know what to I'm not exactly how to it's a lot of debauchery. And lists have been released, and it's not looking good. I heard someone call Diddy the Black Epstein. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah, this is all kind of crazy, and getting crazier by the minute as more names keep getting leaked. I guess there's a list of 100 names at this point. It started at like 15 names, and there were no small names, but now it's like 100 names. The plot thickens. And of course, we're not just talking about, the usual folks that you'd expect, people from the music industry, young folks in the music industry. Maybe they've heard some bad things about the parties, but they need a boost in their career, so they're willing to do something strange for more access, perhaps. But it turns out that we're talking about pastors, church pastors like TD Jakes and others. This is not good, folks. It's going to be a very deep hole. Many people are even saying that they didn't think that in their lifetime they would witness the fall of Hollywood. Well, maybe this is I don't know, man. This is some weird stuff. Holly weird in full effect. Yeah, we're talking about Diddy, P. Diddy, Puffy, Sean Combs. And apparently this dude has been weird for a long time, but people didn't really talk about it. But those that knew what was going on, they knew. And what's up with all of this baby oil? I'm trying to figure out who needs that much baby oil. Oh goodness, it's this is going to be a wild one today, folks. We're getting into Diddy and other related things on Two Dads React, and yes, that's my collaboration with Tony from God Rules, and we've been best buds since 5th grade. And we're both family men, both have kids, both married, and we are interested and concerned with the state of the modern world, in particular the modern world in the West, in the United States. We're both Midwest kids. We grew up in the Midwest. And we currently reside still in the Midwest. But a lot of stuff is changing. And so we are reacting to politics and religion and all kinds of things. We come at this from a Christian worldview, and we're excited that you are showing up tonight to check us out. Be sure to like the video on the way in. And after I run this countdown, we'll be back with another great episode of Two Dads React. Let's go.
Warning: some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's happening, man? How you doing?
Good. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. This
World's
Diddy,
falling apart like usual.
as usual. This Diddy stuff is crazy stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
This is
I got some
crazy
prophetic stuff actually tying into him, man. I'm going to show you dates and stuff, man. We're even getting into Bible prophecy with Diddy. Like he's
All
predicting,
right.
it's kind of crazy actually. What I got to show.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I'm going to show like astronomical things that occurred like once in 2,000 years, and then tie it into like some dates and show how he was arrested on the exact day it says and stuff. It's like crazy, man. Because it's tied into the fall of a bunch of people. I think he's actually going to be the key that leads to a lot of people falling.
Yeah. So, Cat Williams. It seems like he was on to something.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he was totally onto it. I mean, and he didn't sound like he was like hesitant or like maybe it will happen. He was like, "This is going to happen. This person's going to get in trouble. All these people are going to get in trouble." Like he knew exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah, this is quite incredible. I almost it's like surreal,
Oh yeah,
and
man.
this list is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, man. Oh
The
yeah. I
list
think
is
it's going to be a
ridiculous.
bigger. It's going to get really big. Politicians, princes, everybody.
Yeah, that's right, Prince Harry,
Oh yeah,
or the
they're all
former
going to be
or
on there.
former Prince Harry. I don't know what his status is because he he decided to go. I you know that's a story that is very peculiar.
Yeah, it is kind of weird, isn't it?
Who would give up being a prince in this day and age from I just don't know who would do that. I don't care what the deal is. I don't care how beautiful you think she is, how great you think she is. She can be levitating. Who would give that up? That is that is
Or did
still
he? I
well.
kind of feel like, no, I mean, I agree with you. He did give it up, but I mean, I'm like, is he like trading something for something? Like, is it the same thing? Like, it's one big club or not in or something? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what's his name? The comedian said, what's that guy's name again? I can't
Cat
remember his name.
Williams.
No, not Cat Williams. The old guy. I can't remember his name. He was like an atheist comedian. George Carlin.
Oh,
George
George
Carlin.
Carlin. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
it's one big club and we're not in it. That's what he said.
That's right. We are not in it. And speaking of a list,
You got some of the names?
hold up here. Oh,
Oh my goodness.
we've got a list here.
I'm thinking it's going to get bigger and bigger too. And this time, I don't think this guy's going to unalive himself in a prison either. I'm thinking he's going to stick around a little while.
Well, yeah. So this okay. So this is what I strongly suspect. Just like with Epstein was not the boss. He was not the person in charge. He was being allowed to do what he was doing because he was able to collect information about people
Oh yeah.
and get them in vulnerable positions. And if the people that were Epstein's handlers or his boss or whatever, if they needed any kind of leverage, then they could acquire it. And so they're like, hey, we're just going to let this guy do whatever he wants to do. And look, he's getting all these world leaders and all kinds of folks are coming over here, celebrities. Hey, this I think this is going to play well for us. And evidence that he was not the head honcho is the dubious circumstances that led to his demise. It's not likely that he self-deleted. It seems to me that something else happened, right?
Yeah.
So then it makes me wonder if because I don't see someone like Diddy as being some sort of guy actually calling the shots. I was watching a friend of the channel, Keep It 100. He's got a channel and he was talking about the Diddy business, and he brought up one factoid that's an interesting factoid. So he was Uptown. He was working for Uptown. He started as an intern, and within 1 year, he was vice president.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh my.
Now,
that's fast.
That doesn't seem like that's not particularly organic.
No.
It seems like somebody is putting him in a particular position. Maybe they had dirt on him, and so then, hey, well, we caught you with your hand in the cookie jar. We're going to put you in this place, but you're going to do what we tell you to do. And like this. So then that makes me wonder, especially with releasing all these names, if perhaps he may find a, I'm not wishing anything on anyone. I'm just saying, people disappear and stuff happens to them when these kinds of events occur. It seems to be the usual thing. And everybody acts like, well, it's believable. Maybe, he just hated his life and secretly he was acting out. And all these parties and stuff were because deep down inside, he was really depressed and he just needed to have people around him all the time. And so when he was confined, you know what I'm saying? You can just imagine the kind of ways that people would rationalize such a thing.
Well, he's employed by somebody, I think. It's a honeypot, man. It's just like to attract all these people in. And to be in the club, you have to go to these parties, and then they got all these tapes on you, and lots of oil too, baby
Yeah,
oil.
what do you like? Look, man, I just want to know what you doing with all that baby oil.
That's a lot, dude. I saw the picture. I'm like, what the hell, dude? That's a
This
lot.
is just like some weird stuff, bruh. It's like, you know how people they will collect, they'll have like a wine cellar, and they'll have like a bunch of like
He's got a baby
wines
oil
from different,
store.
yeah. So they'll have like wines from different parts of the world, different years. Oh, 1975 was a great year. He's got like a whole rack of 1975. But this ninja has like this dude. He's got like a he's got a baby oil
He's got
cellar. What has he got him dated and stuff?
end of the world supply, just in case the world's ending, you can have parties all the time, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know, man. This stuff is I don't even know what this stuff is. This is crazy stuff.
Well, I'm wondering how many more people are like this. You had Jeffrey, you have Diddy. How many more are there? I mean, if these two guys were doing it, I'm guessing there's more, right? Like, it can't just be these two guys.
No.
Who else is having lots of parties? You know what I mean? It's a
Oh
question you
yeah,
have to ask.
folks are having parties. Now listen to
Yeah.
this. This is pretty suspicious right here.
No, I don't know if guys have noticed this. Like, a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, so if you don't have what they need, they're going to leave.
Right.
Got to keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Lock
Okay,
on the
this is sounding
doors.
kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
Yeah.
rock with me. But just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
That just sounds disgusting. What are you doing?
He likes sweaty people. Right?
This dude is weird. This guy is but it's another one of these things where stuff is happening like in the open and they're telling you what they're doing.
Yeah.
But it's like it's like, oh, what does this mean? What is he talking about? People sweating, locking the doors, he must just be joking.
I think they're so out in the open because they think they can just get away with anything, and now it's kind of backfired. A little too out in the open. It might have worked back 20 years ago or 10 years ago, but it don't work anymore in the age of ninjas on the internet. Right? You got people everywhere writing stuff, finding videos. They'll put it all together, and you got these guys on Reddit and Twitter. They'll put stuff together in like an hour. Find everything everywhere and just put it all together. Look, see, here it is. It's like that movie Conspiracy with Mel Gibson, where he has this map of everything on his board, and he's got everything stringed together. It's like that.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. I got this here. Let's see what they talking about. He says something about 17 bodies. P. Diddy's new hit list exposed by FBI and 50 Cent. Let me see what they talking about.
Harold and Heavy D are dead. Kim Porter, who happens to be the record's longest employee, is dead. Al B. Sure had a terrible near-death experience, but in all of these, Diddy has never experienced any of these tragedies. To top it all, the dead ones had something in common. They were all writing tell-all books.
You want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books.
Could it be that these are mere coincidences? Did Diddy sacrifice his rappers to prevent them from saying something? We've got the answer to these questions, don't we? Diddy is one of the big fishes in the industry, with a net worth of $900 million. As estimated back in 2022, he has unarguably grown this amount over the years. But it doesn't matter, considering the many allegations levied against him over the years. Well, guess it matters to him. According to rumors, Tupac Shakur was his first victim. Tupac was one of the big names back in the day. He was loved by his fans and also his colleagues. Even Biggie had a lot to say about him.
Tupac is a strong dude, yo. I know dudes, you know what I'm saying? Right. He's real strong. So when they was like he got shot, I was just more like, again? You know what I'm saying? He always getting shot or shot at. He gonna pull through this one again, make a few records about it, and it's gonna be over, you know what I'm saying? But when he died, I was just like, whoa.
A lot wasn't said about his death until Keith D, a suspect in the case, leaked a secret in an interview. He said that Diddy planned to kill Tupac and Suge Knight the same day, but things didn't go as planned and the shooter shot only Tupac. He also admitted that his nephew, Baby Lane, was the person that shot Tupac on that very day.
The FBI's, they don't do shit like this, you know what I'm saying? Greg Hayden, he was just an LA detective, you know what I'm saying?
Tupac died on the 13th of November, 6 days after the ugly incident. His death was sudden and his family and friends mourned him, but obviously, except Diddy, who is allegedly glad that he is no more. According to rumors, Diddy killed Tupac to get him out of the way. He got what he wanted, but he didn't stop there. He moved on to Biggie, who died via the same means as Tupac. He was shot after a show. Gene Deal, who was with Biggie at the scene before he was killed, narrated in an interview that the incident happened when Biggie was about to leave Bad Boy Records after getting himself a $62 million contract.
He said, but I'm about to get this money. So he showed me, I said, you about to get that money? He said, yeah, look at this. It had Charlie Baltimore, Cameron, Little C's, Little Kim, Junior Mafia, Tracy, I don't know, Tracy Murray,
Tracy Lee.
Tracy Lee, and the commission. And I think the contract was for so many years for like 62 million, it comes out to like $62 million.
Could it be that Diddy got to know Biggie's plans and the New Deal and became envious? Or did he become so scared?
Yeah. This guy has had his hands in a lot of weird stuff. There still is that lingering speculation about
Tupac,
Biggie, right? And Tupac and stuff. He's just hanging out around a lot of, weird folks.
I'm kind of concerned also about all these people that were part of his record label that were writing tell-all books. It reminds me of some politicians also, when people write books about them, they disappear and die as well. Hillary, of course, the one that ran. She had some guy that was writing books about her, and he recently died not too long ago. There's actually a huge list of people with her, but it could be also like, kind of like I was saying, they have this group that once you're a part of it, they have stuff on you. I'm kind of feeling like that's the vibe. Like, if you want to be a part of their group, you have to participate in whatever they're doing. You have to be on tape doing this so that they can use it, of course, against you, potentially, if you try to go against them later, right? And maybe this is how you get in the in crowd in some of these circles. And it seems like it's across the board. It ain't just, political. It could be music. It could be Hollywood. It could be a lot of things where they do this, right? Maybe even some business, even, some of the CEOs and stuff like that. Because I've heard of stuff like that too. I've heard of these parties with CEOs and weird stuff going on at them as well. There was one over in, it was somewhere in Europe, like in the Netherlands or something, where they had a bunch of CEOs getting caught doing some weird party. And It was like, I read it a while ago. It was kind of weird, but so I think this is commonplace, man.
Yeah. Speaking of these parties, let's see here. Let's run this here. He's talking about these freak off parties. Like, I didn't even know. Like, this dude is a special kind of debaucherous, lascivious kind of dude. He's got these names of these parties called freak off parties, and it's like, what the? I mean,
dude, there's even one about. I'll have to find the link. There's a doctor who was caught on camera. A doctor. We're talking just regular doctor. I'll find it in a second here, and I'll bring it up. But it was undercover type, video, and he was part of the 2020, COVID stuff, and they were having parties like that too, dude. Like even doctors. I'll find it. I gotta find it. I'm not joking, dude. I'm like serious. It's on video. You can find it. I'll find it in a minute here, but yeah, go ahead.
Here, I'll roll this while you're finding that.
These politicians, athletes, international dignitaries like British royalty, Prince Harry, and music label executives. Lil Rod claims some of the biggest names in the recording industry sponsored these parties with sex workers, drugs, and underage girls. The CEO of Universal Music, Lucian Grange, is named as a defendant. So is the former CEO of Motown Records, Ethiopia, Habert Mariam, and others. Lil Rod says hidden cameras were in every room of Diddy's homes. Lil Rod Combs possesses compromising footage of every person that has attended his freak-off parties and his house parties. Salacious tapes of Hollywood's biggest names, including record CEOs and politicians, doing drugs and cavorting with prostitutes and minors. The complaint argues that these freak-off parties were a business model. Young and up-and-coming talent attended and were promised career opportunities and access to music executives. They were then plied with drugs and alcohol, filmed. Some were blackmailed. There was a quid pro quo, according to the complaint. Lil Rod said not only were these music executives sponsoring these parties, they were handing Diddy large sums of cash that he used to pay for the sex workers and drugs.
Dude.
Something tells me the IRS is going to be interested.
I just sent you the link. You can play it, man. It's a clip of this, what is it? Senior advisor for public health, New York City mayor's office in 2020, talking about going to one of these parties too. And it wasn't with Diddy. It was just some other one. And it was for people that were involved with, the rollout, you know what I'm talking about, back in 2020 with the whole thing, right? It's like, what the heck, man? Like, they're doing this everywhere. Even doctors are doing this, man. Like, what the heck, dude? You can play it.
Let's see.
If you want, I guess. Yeah, this is on Professor, what's his channel? Professor Nez.
Professor Nez, yeah. All right, let's see what he's talking about. Oh, wait a minute.
Just being like naked with friends.
Was that like
something about like and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And sometimes it isn't so much about like imagery, secular stuff. Sometimes it's just something about like bodies being close to each other. Like just being like naked with friends.
Was that like when everyone was watching out?
It was like the summer of 2020. So like walk around the streets and you could eat outdoors.
Did you have like any lights in place?
There wasn't any restrictions on gathering. Like you could actually gather people. The hotels didn't want us to have parties, but they weren't gonna like.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's like because I did all this like deviant like sexual stuff while I was like like on TV and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And people are like, aren't you afraid? Aren't you embarrassed? And I was like, no, actually, I'm like really like I love being my authentic self. So the way we do it in public health is we make it very uncomfortable to be unvaccinated. I don't expect your education to change your behavior. I'm just gonna make it really hard for you to do your job. You can't get a job. You can't go to a restaurant. Your kid can't go to school. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna get vaccinated.
So was it technically like kind of forcing you?
Yeah, that's what you force people by making it really uncomfortable.
So this guy, Dr. J. Varma, and I'm going to show you his LinkedIn page too. It's still up. He deleted his X page. By the way, follow me on X. I'm Professor Ned's pretty much everywhere, but I post a lot of stuff I can't post anywhere else on X. All my videos are here on this channel, but you got to follow me on X too. Links in the description, show notes.
Okay.
He says that they were taking stuff to, I can't remember what, drug it was or whatever, but he was taking stuff, and they're like, it sounded like very similar. And you said that we were all cooped up and sick of being, wearing our masks and can't go anywhere. So they would go and do this. Like, okay. I feel like it's the same thing. Like, did they have all the doctors also and like some parties and like, we got them all on tape. Now we can make sure they have to do their job right. Like what the heck, dude?
Oh goodness, man.
It's kind of weird, man. Like, it seems like this is everywhere. I mean, if the doctors are doing, I mean, you'd think the last people that would be doing this would be doctors, right?
Yeah, but I mean yeah, but you have obese doctors. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not coming after anybody for being overweight. That isn't what I'm saying. I'm saying we know there's a direct connection between obesity and lack of health. We know that.
Right, yeah.
So
I'm just, okay. But I mean, it's just so weird because you have all these. I wonder how many more people are like P. Diddy out there. I mean, there's probably like 50 of these guys, maybe. I don't know, man. There's a lot of them, I think. Maybe not 50, maybe 10 or 20. Like henchmen, like top dudes that like got these parties going on and stuff, So, but I was going to show something really interesting if you want me to, real quick.
Sure.
I got some weird stuff I came across. Let's see here. Okay. Actually, if I have another one of these, let me show a different version of this real quick. Because this is like zoomed in. So let me show the one that's not zoomed in. Okay, so back in 2017, we had this Revelation 12 sign on September 23rd, 2017. This only happened 2 times. Like, it happened 2,000 years ago at the birth of Jesus. Okay, this sign. And this sign is recorded in Revelation 12. And it's literally what's written here. There appeared to heaven a woman clothed with the sun, moon at her feet, all this 12 stars. It basically describes what's being seen in the sky. Okay. It's basically describing this right here. And it talks about a great red dragon. And the word dragon in Greek is serpent. And this constellation is called Serpens. And it says it has 7 stars in the head, 10 stars in the tail. There's actually 10 stars in the tail. And it calls it 10 horns in scripture. And it says he has 7 crowns. And this has 7 stars in the crown, which is the Corona Borealis. That's what it's called.
Right.
Which, of course, might be where we got the Corona, not Borealis, the whole thing, right? So what I wanted to show here.
The common cold?
Well, I'm just saying this was in 2017. It's like it's predicting what happened in 2020. It was in 2017. And it's telling you kind of like his crowning achievement. But that's not what I wanted to show. What I wanted to show is if you add the the Daniel 7-year timeline that they always talk about in the end times. If you add that to that date, September 23rd, 2017, if you add it to that date, where is that at? Right here. If you add the 7 years from Daniel to this date, what day do you land on? You land on the final day is, where is the thing at? The final day is October 31st. And I just showed it a second ago, zoomed in. Where did I go? Here it is. October 31st is the last day, which is Halloween this year. And there's another key day called September 16th, which is 45 days before that in the Daniel 7-year timeline, if you add it to that constellation alignment. So September 16th, what happened on that day? Diddy was arrested on that day. Now, what's really interesting is when you search Google, when was Diddy arrested, it will tell you September 17th, but that's not true. Because if you go look up the dates, what is September 17th? It's Tuesday. And he was arrested on Monday, as it says right here, Monday, which is the 16th. So he was arrested on the day that actually aligns with these star constellations. which indicates like we're in the time of the end, right? Like, assuming this is correct, okay? And it actually adds up perfectly. So you add the 7 years to that one constellation alignment, which happened only one time 2,000 years ago at the birth of Jesus, and it happened in 2017. You add 7 years, you get October 31st, which is Halloween. So they're saying that something's going to happen on Halloween as well. So something happened on September 16th, and something big is supposed to happen on Halloween, which of course you would think that would be kind of a weird day for something big to happen. And I'm not talking about kids trick-or-treating, obviously. I'm talking about something worse than that. But so that's kind of something I found that was interesting. I actually found something else really cool too. That's one. I'm kind of wondering what you think of that. Do you think that's kind of, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's pretty. Hey, that's
also,
good.
if you look at the court case for Diddy, one of the pieces of evidence that was entered on it is on September 11th, 2022. And guess who was born on September, of course, 11th? Jesus. Back, if you actually go back in astronomy and use like the constellation alignments and try to find like how it was aligned, it was aligned on September 11th for his birthday. So that's why you always have all these bad things happening on that day, because like they want you to think.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's kind of crazy actually, because if you use those astronomical sort of programs and you zoom back to that time frame, you'll get that constellation alignment I just told you about, Revelation 12. You also get sort of like this bright star thing, which is the alignment, which is the star they saw and they were following. So that's why I think they always do stuff on that day. But even Diddy himself, and I can show it actually. I have his court filing right here. Let me pull that up and show you. So here's the court filing, and if you scroll down, I think it's like down here a little bit. It's the next one, I think. Where is it at? No, it's a little bit more. Here it is. Right there. There's the day.
Yep. There it is.
So, and that's like the only date. And why do they circle that day? And that's the only day they circle on this thing. Okay. So like, I just find that really interesting, man. So I showed this over on my other video on my channel, but actually I have another thing I could show later, but that's good for now. What do you think about all that stuff, man? It's all these weird dates and stuff.
That's the
and there's another thing too. Pope Francis, he did a tour to Singapore, and it was on the 11th. He was there meeting with all the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he said it on the 11th or on the 13th or what, but he said all religions lead to God. All religions lead to heaven on, I think, that day too. Which, of course, if that was the King of Kings' birthday, you see how significant that is? Like, it's like literally trashing his birthday, and it's just saying, I'm going to say whatever I want.
I'm not really a fan of Pope Francis.
Well, he's obviously evil. I mean, it's not rocket science. I mean, he says it literally. I mean, there's like websites with like 100 things he said that are heretical. Like every time you turn around, he says something ridiculous. So, Jesus said he's the way, the truth, and the life. No one can get to the Father but by him. And then Pope Francis comes out and says, "Oh, all religions go to heaven," and he makes sure that you don't misunderstand him. He goes like 4 different directions explaining it, and then he even lists religions. He even lists like Islam, Sikh, Hindu. He like lists them all. He's like, "I'm saying all these go to heaven." There's no way you can misunderstand what he said. There's no way you can say, "Oh, this guy, you just don't understand what he said." So, I just thought that was all weird how all that stuff kind of tied together. But
oh my goodness.
So it's going to be interesting what's going on this year. I had someone in my comments section say, "Well, I guess he said something like, well, I guess I don't have to go to the dentist on November 5th or something," because I mentioned something about October 31st being something crazy happening. But hopefully nothing too crazy. I don't know what's going to happen that day, but we'll see, I guess. So that's kind of, I'm going to show something else later. It's actually even more crazy than that. And it has to do with Roe, Wade, right? Roe v. Wade. It has to do with that. And it has to do with some weird deal that was made in 1972. I'll get into that later next. You can, and it's freaking crazy, dude, because there's a lot of stuff that aligns with dates on that too. It's like nuts. I'll show that one in a little while. That's next.
All right, let's see here. I've got this okay, so well, this has some language, and he uses some, in particular, some language that I don't usually play on my channel, but he also says some things that are interesting. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and see what he's talking
All right,
about.
so this Diddy, this Diddy nigga, this freak Bob ass nigga, this shit been going on for a long time, right? Way before my time. And I've compiled a list of names that if I find out or it comes out that that any of these niggas are on this list, that it's gonna be a lot of problems for me personally, right? Because you could be a freaky nigga, do what you want to do, but once you start affecting me, then there's a problem, okay? Number 1 on the list, Kevin Hart. This one right here, I'm already expecting the worst with this one, Kevin, because I've seen the videos of Shaq bending you over and doing things that men shouldn't be doing. Kevin Hart, you're a funny guy, by far my favorite comedian. I enjoy a lot of your movies, my nigga. If you're getting your diddled with and oiled up, my nigga, you're done. I'm not watching any more of your stand-ups, any of that. Number 2, this one right here. Now, this one right here. Even though there are speculations, I don't think it's true personally, but it's LeBron James. LeBron.
Oh,
we seen what you said about a Diddy party. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Bron, what do you mean, my nigga? Because if I found out that you're 6'8", 250, if I find out that just know you're not the GOAT no more, LeBron. So you better figure it out. If you're on the list, you better tell him about it, because you're done.
What did you say?
All his childhood idols are being destroyed, you know?
Right.
What's going on here? Right. He's like, I can't handle it. This is insane.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
And the last on the list, this is actually 3 people, but they're compiled into one, right? Any other Spider-Mans. That goes for Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland. Tom Holland, I don't care how bad Zendaya is, my nigga. If you was getting your spider hole oiled up by Diddy at the freak offs, my nigga, you're not my favorite hero no more. Spider-Man, nigga, I'm moving on to Deadpool, like Spider-Man. No.
I'm sorry.
Y'all niggas better play it cool. And if y'all names ain't on the list, y'all better find a way to hide it.
Okay. I'm guessing Tom Holland wasn't there. I'm guessing he never went, but maybe some of the other ones went. Tom Holland's kind of late to the game, man, isn't he? He's like one of the more recent Spider-Man, Spidey hole.
I gotta tell you, man, I can't.
My Spidey senses, my Spidey hole.
But check out all the baby. What do you got? All the baby oil. You see on the bottom there. It's like, come on, man.
You've seen the picture, right? Have you shown the picture yet? Damn, that's like a million of them. I got it around here.
Oh yeah. I think one of these videos.
I got it right here.
Oh, okay, let's see your picture. Yeah. I had the same.
It doesn't show them all. A little bit farther back. Yeah, there it is. Look at that.
What the? Like, who needs all of that?
LeBron James, man. LeBron James needs it.
Oh
my goodness, these are bad. This is a bad jokes. I should. That's like gallons, man. Isn't it like gallons? What's going on with this bottom row? It looks like gallons of it. Aren't those really big? Some of those on the bottom are really big. They're like gallons.
I don't know what the heck. It's almost like you look at this and it's like, is this a real picture? Like somebody went to town with Photoshop or something. Like, who would have
like an AI picture?
What purpose do you have for having all of that baby oil? And I could understand if it was like lotion and cologne and like just a bunch of different things, but just a lot of it, like almost like you went to like a Bath and Body and it's got like a bunch of different stuff, but it's kind of like organized in the same section or something. Okay, but why is it all baby oil, man? Like,
maybe they got to take a shower in it or something, man. I don't know.
I don't know. Oh goodness, this is. I'm sorry, folks. This has degraded quite a bit from.
We don't want to like imagine these things in our heads. You know what I mean? Like this is just not good.
This is terrible. All right, let's see.
Getting a good laugh out of it, though, man. Goodness gracious, that's pretty funny stuff. Leonardo DiCaprio was there. I know that. Some other ones. There's a lot of people, man. Well, who are all the people on that list? That was a big list. I don't know, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of folks. I can.
I saw Ellen DeGeneres in some weird pictures too, with Justin, of course, Bieber, and just like, what is going on here?
I'm gonna tell you, the Bieber stuff is weird.
Like, I feel like he was just like, I feel sorry for him now, man. Like, I feel like he was like tossed around to everybody. Like, even Ellen DeGeneres is with him. Like, what's going on here? Isn't she like a lesbian or something? Like, why is she with him? Like, I don't get it. What's going on here? I feel sorry for Justin Bieber, actually. I kind of feel like he's being used or something.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
It's a lot of weird stuff. Okay, so let's see what's up with this. So this is another interview exposing Diddy's parties with these celebrities. So let's see what's happening.
Distinctly remember going to a Diddy party, all the waitresses topless. They serving you, everybody topless, you feel me? Like, he got dancers in cages, people walking around with lions on tigers on leashes. I've seen this with my own two eyes.
I mean, this is like, look, see what happens when what happens is when you have done so much like debaucherous stuff that you gotta keep taking it up levels. And so this is like the top level.
Yeah, you got to have tigers, man.
Yeah, this is the top level. Okay, this is just like absurdity and just this, like this is the top level. Okay, let's keep it up.
See what I'm saying? And it was getting so weird in the party. I'm like, man, Bobby Valentino was the person I was bodyguarding there. You see what I'm saying? He tell me, I done got so much pussy before, pussy don't even really excite me. I'm like, what you mean? But he there. What you mean? Oh, bro, folks grave. I said, what you mean? So he got 2 girls with him. So I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, hold on. These might not be normal girls. Sure enough. Now he say, man, take my girl to the bathroom. I'm like, okay. We walk into the bathroom. You feel me? She go into the men's bathroom. But that's not all the way crazy because it's one bathroom packed, you feel me? People might do that. You know what I'm saying? So people start swarming the door. So I step inside the bathroom door. She's standing at the urinal. Dress lifted up. I'm like, damn. Oh, man. Okay, that's how they coming? But here another thing though, like I bodyguarded this guy who was a pimp before, and he told me, he said, look, if a man have too much of one thing, he start trying other things. So as soon as I heard that, I went celibate for like 2 years. And in the music industry, you see a lot of things that
celibate for 2 years.
He got this like scared celibate.
He's scared straight, man. He's scared straight.
Right. Yeah. Okay, hold up.
This is why Denzel Washington left early, man. This is why right here. All this crazy stuff.
Yeah, this is talk about Holly weird, man. This is some weird stuff.
When the devil shows up, you got to leave. That's what he said. I think Denzel said.
100%.
I think he's referring to Diddy as being the devil. I think that's what he's trying to say.
I think before those girls showed up that were standing up at the urinal, so I think Denzel was out before they showed up. Let's keep going.
It's evil. And they'll tell you crazy because you don't agree with it. I've seen this.
And what was your actual interactions with Diddy like?
So my interactions with him was this. He had an appearance at this club called The Vibe in Chicago on Kingsbury when it was open. I was head of security at this club. So after that club closed, after the night was over, he had an after party. So the manager of the club said, I need you to come with me to the after party. So me and my other homie, we go to the after party. When we get to the after party, bro, like, it was a lot of females in there who stand up when they use the bathroom.
Oh, look, this guy, just the way that he's saying stuff is funny, man. This dude. All right, let's keep going.
See what I'm saying? So I'm thinking to myself, like, man, like, this kind of wild on, bro. Like, this how y'all come. If this how y'all live, it's how y'all live. But they want to keep it a secret. He real touchy-feely too. Like, he grabbed this other guy, I know, by his neck. Grabbed him by his neck and was like, do you have love in your heart, young man? You want to be a roach? Or you want to walk with God? I'm looking like, you gonna let him grab you like that? But then, you know, he be on some tough guy shit too. So I guess he a tough cake toucher.
Did you see?
So, you know, like they'll have a dude come out with the paper, sign an NDA. No, I'm going to the car, bro. I'm good. I'm not signing no NDA. I'm going to the car. I'm good. Seen that, bro.
Oh, yeah.
So seeing all this come in the news, people was telling me I was crazy. Said I was a hater. Hating on what? I don't want to party with the girls with the third leg, but I'm good.
What do you think about them accusing Diddy of having
It's good he walked out when he did. You know? No NDA. He didn't do a non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah, this guy didn't do an NDA. So that's why
But they might end you though anyways, because we've seen some of these people coming out with tell-all books. What happened to them? So you got to be careful, you know.
In his house so he can record celebrities and politicians and use it as blackmail.
So I firmly believe that's true because in that sector of people, a lot of them practice Scientology. And Scientology, that was their thing. They would get people in compromising positions. They'll hold that footage over their head and get them to agree to things. So, like, you know what? If you,
yeah, he's him. Will Smith.
Will Smith is Scientology. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
is he?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Him and Jada, they went Scientology. They went crazy.
Okay, if you see somebody with the chain on, with that little vial of blood on their neck, well, they a Scientologist, bro. So it's definitely going to be footage of them somewhere doing some compromising. That's how a lot of these agreements get made. People get endorsed. How they get that deal out of nowhere?
It's so weird, man. But it makes sense they would do that because they want to control everything, you know? They want to make sure they have their own narrative and things shown the way they want them to be shown. You know? Secret, of course, societies, all that kind of stuff.
And look at this too. Like this is weird too. What's being shown. So Kevin Hart apparently is telling jokes in a bathroom full of women. I see. I'm just telling you.
Are these are women with the third leg or a woman?
Well, I don't know, but I'm just saying.
I like how that guy was saying it. You know, he's like women standing up at the urinal. It's like,
well, look. He's telling jokes to a bunch of women in a bathroom. One's in a tub, and the other ones are standing around. Already, I'm done. I'm done with this already. Like I don't even know. There's no circumstance that you should have. Look. He's not just like telling jokes like they're like he's sitting, you know, in a chair in there and it's like something informal and somebody's recording with his phone. No. Dude has a microphone. He's got a wireless mic in the bathroom telling jokes like he's doing a comedy routine in the bathroom with a bunch of women in the bathtub and stuff. I don't even know what I'm trying to figure out. Like I'm telling you, it's levels. Like this is the top level. This is like when stuff is just like reality inverts and like it just gets weird. People doing stuff for no reason. Like, why would you
Maybe
have?
he was told to do it. Maybe he was told to do it, and like he was told or else. And I got
Well, yeah,
footage on you doing stuff. You know?
Perhaps, but still, it's crazy. I mean, like, why tell him to do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to figure out in what like reasonable, level-headed, like just regular life situation would you be mic'd up in the bathroom telling jokes to a bunch of women that are in the bathroom. One is taking a bath.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out where that goes, or
with the
what kind of reasonable. Yeah, right. Or what kind of reasonable life would you be at a party where all the women are topless, but somehow they also thought it was important to have tigers on leashes?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm trying to. I don't know, man. So here,
they're looking for some risk or something. I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
Here it is. This is crazy stuff, bro.
Kevin Hart is at a Diddy party, and they made the mistake of putting the content online. So I'm about to show you some darkness. Okay, so watch the video. You're about to see it's not a normal thing that's happening. Okay, you have a girl in the bathtub. I'm trying to cover up as much as I can, and just watch what happens to the girl surrounded by water. Watch what happens to her. Just keep watching. It's about to happen. It's about to happen. Watch at her. You see what's going on there? You see the smoke? You see the smoke? Her is on fire. Kevin Hart finds it hilarious. He's laughing hard.
What?
So when you hear that dodgy things are happening at these weddings, at these parties, okay, really bad things are happening. And he's about to take down so many people. So many people from the videos from the parties are about to go to jail. Diddy is the Harvey Weinstein of hip hop, according to some people. I'm not trying to get sued. So watch this space and see how many celebrities are going down because of this dude.
So her hair caught on fire. What was
yeah,
that again?
So it was probably because they probably had candles in there around the bathtub.
Oh,
okay. So then her hair caught on fire, but he's like yucking it up and it's like laughing hysterically, and her hair is on fire. So I'm just saying it's just weird.
It's like a billionaire fraternity, and then they got so bored with their own lives because money doesn't give you happiness. They're just like doing weird stuff, and get into more dark stuff all the time until they're just something you can't even recognize. And you're just like, that's the person that makes those jokes. That's the person I watched on movies, right? You just can't believe it.
All right. And check this out too. And she says, is this the end of Hollywood? She's asking, is this the end of Hollywood? Let's see what she's talking about.
So apparently P. Diddy is not the only one that's in trouble. They was interviewing Kim K this morning. The feds done pulled her to a side and was asking her some questions, Buki. I never thought I would be a part of the generation that would witness the fall of Hollywood. When Cat Williams said that the truth was going to come out in the year of 2024, he really wasn't lying, because everything is starting to come to a head. And how convenient is it that the head of everything gets put in jail and all the little small heads behind him starting to get out too about what they was doing at them parties? And allegedly, the list has gotten longer of all the people that attended those so-called freak-offs. And if y'all haven't noticed, there's a lot of CEOs and business owners and pastors that are stepping down from their positions.
Man.
TD Jakes. There's actually others too. There's actually, and it's not even just the Diddy parties. There's like a ton of them getting caught with like inappropriate relationships. Like there's a guy named Steve Lawson. He was like a top dog underneath John MacArthur. Just got caught. And he was like putting sermons out there like, you're going to hell if you do this stuff, and then he gets caught doing it. It's like, really, really, dude. Yeah, good job there, bro. Wow. Perfect hypocrite, you know. I mean, there's a ton of these guys. I saw this one. The worst one I saw was in a Canadian mega church. A lot of these are mega churches. A Canadian mega church. It has 4 pastors at this mega church and 38 women saying they did stuff. 38 between the 4 pastors. Like, seriously, bro? It's like the corrupt pastor gets in there and he's like, I gotta hire people like me, you know, and get like three more like him in there, doing it at the same time or something. I don't know.
You
man.
know, I'm gonna tell you something, man. And this is a little bit of a stroll down memory lane. And I'll leave the name of the church and people's names out of it. But I worked at a church when I was in college, and I was in a full-time position, and there was a minister of music at the church, and this guy was still married to one woman, engaged to another. At least a couple of the women in the praise and worship team were writing him letters declaring their love for him. And then meanwhile, he was also sleeping with the daughter of the organist, who was already pregnant.
Already pregnant. Okay. I'm assuming his wife didn't know he was doing this stuff, right? And he's just doing this all.
Okay, so the one that he would probably have been most concerned that he was doing this stuff was the one that he was engaged to, which was a member at the church.
So he's married and he's engaged to another girl?
Right.
So, yeah, that's okay. But I'm assuming they don't know this or something, or what? Like, this is confusing.
Look, I think that
it's pretty confusing.
Woman that he was engaged to did know. It was a sort of a situation where he was
but
not
the other
yet,
didn't know.
But he was not yet fully legally divorced.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay, I understand what kind of guy we're talking about now. He's promising things to these other girls, and then he's got girls writing him letters, and he's basically just trying to get them all. That's what
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. He wanted to get some dirt on me, and at least the woman that he was with wanted to get some dirt on me to sort of recruit me into whatever their club was, because I think he was intimidated.
It's like a Diddy freak off club or something.
It's
like
no.
Like
I'm not saying any of that.
It's a church one, man. It's a church one.
Yeah, but he was. But there's no difference though, because if Jake's and these other pastors are in Diddy's freak off, it's the same thing, right?
But Jake said all he has to do is repent if he did something, you know. So
that's right.
I think you maybe want to step down if it's a Diddy party, though. You know, it's a little bit more than just.
He doesn't even deny. He didn't even deny having been at the parties,
right?
Or one of the parties. But you know, it's like, well, you know, I'm like ministering to the cat. It's like, well, who's getting ministered to?
Is ministering to the? You mean like the tiger there, or are you talking about the cat?
No. I'm saying ministering to Diddy.
Yeah, I know. I was just messing with you, dude.
But let me say this part. This is the important part. I think they were trying to catch me up in some stuff, and this story is ancient history. This is so long
then you can't
ago.
talk against it either. You can't talk against it if you're caught up in it, right? Same thing they're doing,
right? But they were trying to get me up in some stuff where this woman, who she was a single mother, and she was sitting on the front row of the church. Apparently, she was friends with the woman that he was engaged to. And so apparently, you know, I had told him some stuff about some things. Anyhow, so she knew some information. So this is ancient history. This is a long time ago. This is when I was married the first time. I'm in my second marriage now. This is a long time ago. But basically, I'm playing at an event at a club that I played at weekly. I'm an employee at the church. This woman comes to the church. She was obviously drunk. She comes up to me. She says, "Where's your wife?" And she says, "I heard you having problems." And she was fishing. She was trying to see if she could get something, right? And I said, "Well, who told you that?" Right? And which was not the response she expected. But meanwhile, my then wife showed up to the club. And she was the type not to really, like, she wouldn't mess around with that kind of stuff. Like, if she even thought that you were like trying to vibe her, she would, like, she'd be trying to fight you and stuff, right? So it wasn't really a good thing. But she didn't want to blow my spot up, so they walked right past each other, and this woman kind of bumped her, right?
Oh yeah,
like this. So what I did the next day, is I told the pastors at the church what happened. I said, "Look, this woman right here, this is what she did. Keep me away from her. I don't have anything to do with her." And so they contacted her to tell her what I had said. And of course, she denies everything. But the thing is you have to protect yourself.
Jezebel.
Yeah, that's right. You have to protect yourself. And so that's what I did. I went on the offensive with it. I said, "Hey, she going to try to do this? Check it out. I'm going to tell you all this is what happened, X, Y, and Z. So then now you can't do nothing." Right? But my theory is that the then minister of music was trying to recruit. He was trying to get some dirt on me. And if he had dirt on me from me actually being in a relationship with this woman, in addition to my marriage or whatever,
that's like messed up, man.
I'm telling you,
seriously messed up.
It is, but it's how they
so
do
that's
it.
maybe
now.
what happened in this Canadian church is they had dirt on each other, right? Like he recruited them in maybe, and there's like 4 ministers all doing stuff.
That's right.
There's like 38,
if you bring in
38 women that came forward.
Well, the thing is if you bring in people that have the same proclivities, then they're not going to report you. They're not going to treat it like it's a big deal. They're just going to be like, "Oh, it's not a big deal. That's all right."
The devil's always in the shadows, hiding. That's what's going on with this.
And apparently all those pastors are hiding in the same shadow with the devil's hiding in. All right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Go ahead.
All right, let's get the rest of this here.
Because of the potential information that could come out. Just because you step down from your position, that doesn't mean that you're still not going to be held accountable. You're still going to be held accountable. Stepping down is not going to help you. This is just a prime example of what happens when you run with the devil for so long, and then everything that you was doing finally catches up with you, and God says, "You ready for your judgment?" Because that's what was waiting on you. Like, the devil only take you so far, baby. He wasn't there to help you in the beginning. He was there to lead you to your own self-destruction. Look where y'all at your own self-destruction.
Kind of true.
Yeah. All right. So what else you got for us?
There, I don't have the ones I was talking about open, but there are tons of pastors getting caught this year. Tony Evans, you've heard of Tony Evans?
Yep.
Yeah, he just got caught too with something, man. The one was Steve Lawson, one was Tony Evans. There's also this guy. Have you ever heard of is it like an IHOP prayer or something like that? Bickle. Yeah, this guy got caught. I mean, I don't even know much about this guy. What was it? Resigns. Yeah, here we are. I think it's this one. Due to sin. What they do is they say undisclosed sin. They keep doing this. Like they'll just say very vague stuff like due to sin. Oh, okay. What does that mean? Or like in the case of Steve Lawson, it's inappropriate relationship with a woman. What does that even mean? I mean, technically we probably all know what it means, but like it doesn't even give you any details really, So they like resign. They don't even tell you the real sin really. And then later they like try to rehabilitate their reputation. Like Carl Lentz, he was with 5 other women apparently. And then he tries to rehabilitate his reputation and stuff like that. make a comeback or something like that, right? So I feel like, actually, I think I know what's going on. And I've been talking about it on my video. I mentioned earlier about this Revelation 12 sign. I believe that we're exiting something called an Ona, and it's in the Dead Sea Scrolls. It has to do with 500-year periods of time. And I believe the Ona ends on October 31st this year. So this is the last day for the devil, is basically the way I'm looking at it. So we've been under the red dragon for 500 years since King Henry VII, and his last day for the devil is October 31st, 2024. The devil wants 1,000 years. And so why does he want 1,000 years? Because the Middle Ages was two white dragons, two 500-year periods of time. And the devil wants his 1,000 years, but he's not getting it. Okay. So his last day is October 31st. So don't be surprised if something big happens on that day. I'm thinking something's going to happen. We'll see what happens though. But so then we'll be under the white dragon. So what that means is all these people are going to be rooted out, all this corruption, because the devil, the way he controls things is he gets one person over a whole organization. Like the organization could be good. Like, for example, the Catholic Church, they believe in God. They're trying to follow, scriptures, but then they'll put one evil guy over the whole thing. And then, you see what I mean? That's how they do it. Same with companies, same with music industry, whatever. They put one evil guy over it. People underneath it want to do the right thing or something. They want to live right or whatever, but then they put the evil guy over it, and then he forces evil, right? Same with like the president of a country or whatever. So I think what's going to happen is all these people are going to be rooted out. All this corruption is going to come out. All these people are going to be taken down. Hollywood, wherever. I mean, church, Hollywood, politics, everything. I think that's what's going to happen at the end of this year, is a lot of this stuff's going to happen. A lot of these people are going to be exposed, probably all the way into the next year as well. And then eventually we'll have good people over everything, which is sort of the theory behind it. Because in the Middle Ages, you had sort of a better time where, you had less, I guess you would say, evil, if you want to say. Middle Ages was kind of like the Christian time, or whatever you want to call it. You had a huge empire going on for a long time. And so I think that's what's going to happen, but that's just my theory on it. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see here. I mean, this is fascinating stuff. If you guys are not subscribed to God Rules, if you're not subscribed to his channels, click the tag and the name of the video on YouTube here. Do yourself a favor. Also, I'm trying to become platform agnostic. If you all wouldn't mind clicking one of the links in the description to the YouTube video and following me on Rumble.
I do that as well. I have that. I have a couple accounts on there too.
Yes. So become a member. Join his channels. He does sort of what's the word that I'm looking for?
End times?
No. No. You do like special things like
exclusive content.
Yeah, well, you do that also, but you'll have like offers, like you'll have like.
Yeah, affiliate stuff.
Yeah.
Food supply, MPS, all that. Yeah, I do that stuff too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So he's got all of that, and he is heavy dude, super knowledgeable. He's got his heart in the right place, and he's been my best friend since 5th grade. How about this? Met in the library. I think we met in the library. I think we were hiding from. I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember something about putting like mustaches on people's faces on the pictures or something. Wasn't that what we were doing in the library?
Something. It was something silly. I'm pretty sure it was pretty silly.
Yeah.
So.
But something like that. I don't remember. We got in trouble sometimes. We weren't exactly all good.
Yeah,
we were like inventing swear words and stuff. Like we were inventing swear words. I remember that.
I remember one long conversation we had when we were speculating about the nature of existence and like the
that was
order.
at your house, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. In the sort of order like dinosaurs and then people and then maybe aliens are going to be in there somewhere or something. Like we had some pretty.
We had some weird idea of it repeating too, or something like it started over again.
That's right, and then of course we got our start on our weightlifting journey. Unfortunately, right? Unfortunately, doing the same exercises every day and getting weaker and weaker, not realizing that you're supposed to take. You're supposed to rest, body parts in between. So we kept doing bench press like every day. It's like, oh man, I could do this yesterday. That's right.
Getting weaker, man.
That's right.
Yeah, we didn't even know what we were doing.
Yeah. So
we started in your garage too. Yeah, that's where you had the weight bench, right?
No, it was in the basement. It was in the basement. Remember?
Was it in the basement?
Yeah, it was in the basement.
I thought it was in the garage for some reason. Okay, then we went to high school and started weightlifting there all the time, right?
I think that's right. Because we started. I think we started. We were like 14 or something.
You remember Matt Murphy? You remember Matt Murphy? He's kind of an overweight guy.
Yeah.
You remember we were watching that movie on why not to take steroids, and he was sitting next to me. And after the movie's over, he's like, "That's cool. I'm going to start taking them." And then he started getting stronger out of nowhere and getting nosebleeds and stuff. I'm like, he literally started taking it right after the movie, dude. And he was like stronger than me after that. Before he was weaker than me, and then he was stronger than me afterwards.
Yeah. All right. Well, we had a good show today. Glad that we could do this. And look, there was some language and some sort of lewd subject matter, and hopefully you don't judge us too harshly for laughing and trying to make a little levity of some of this pretty
hole.
Yeah. Some of this pretty pretty debaucherous.
Hey, you gotta laugh, man. You gotta laugh because otherwise you're gonna go crazy, man. This world's insane. So
yeah, it's really crazy. So, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right.
See you guys.
All right.